we're going to be making some gift tags this evening. We're going to be making all 6 of these gift tags, and they are from the Painted Christmas Suite. All right, so take a good look. They are 3x3 tags that we're creating just in time for Christmas. And if you're giving them as a gift, of course you need a box to put your gift tags in. So this is the actual box that we're going to be making this evening as well. All right. So thank you so much. I can't wait to make these with you. I'm so glad you like them. Yes, Janet, I know. It's funny how embellishments comes out embezzlements. Absolutely. And just in case you didn't know, Janet, my husband's an attorney, so it's a big joke. Okay. You know, there was one other announcement that I forgot to tell you about, and it is about my upcoming holiday workshop. And I haven't done the pricing yet, but our project is made, okay? So this year we're going to have an ornament workshop, and it's in person on Sunday afternoon, November 21, and it's at 1:30 p.m. It's in Mechanicsville, Virginia. So if you're near Richmond, please plan to come. I will also offer this as an online class, so details will roll out probably by Sunday or Monday, okay? But I can give you a sneak peek. We are going to be creating this ornament right here for my Christmas ornament workshop. For those of you who have been with me for a while, this is our 10th annual ornament in the series. I feel like Hallmark, but this is our 10th ornament. We always create a box for the ornament to go in. So here is the box embellishment as well. All right. So again, here's the ornament. And yes, it can be an online class complete with videos. You will receive the supplies. Everything is cut and prepped for you. The only thing you have to do is the stamping, all right? I'm so glad you like the ornament. It's so fun. But all the details are going to roll out. You can purchase extra ornament kits as well, all right? I'm so glad y'all like the ornament. Thank you. All right. Hi, Jeannie from Woodstock. We're so happy to have you. Hello, Anita. Welcome. Hi, Connie. Hello, Colleen. All right, I think I've said hello to everyone. Yvette, hello to you as well. Now, let's get started. We're going to start in our catalog on page 16, and I'm going to show you the entire suite of all the products. We're going to be working on this tonight as well as next Wednesday night because there is a ton that we can create with this mega suite. Hi, Mana, welcome. Now, I call it a mega suite because it has 2 bundles in it. It's got words as well as different holiday shapes, all right? So let's get to it. It's page 16. This is some great inspiration right here. Sometimes when I'm not sure what to do with the suite, I case the catalog, and that means to copy and share. And so this kind of warms me up, and then I know which direction I want to go in when it's time for me to create a project. All right, page 17, you're going to see both bundles that are part of the suite. You're going to notice some writing up here, and it says entire bundle in Maui. So I received this entire bundle along with the leaves and the paper as one of my pillow gifts for the Maui incentive trip. So I was able to bring that home from Maui, which was really fun. All right, here's the other stamp set. You're gonna see them close up in just a second. Gold leaves, the cherry cobbler ribbon, and the designer paper. All right, you're gonna see that in person here. And then you get a bigger picture of the images. This bundle is called Christmas Season, and you're going to notice that it includes pine cones, greenery, holly. And so that's what this bundle focuses on. And then you can actually cut out all of these shapes except this pine cone and this pine cone and this piece of greenery and the dots. Everything else you can cut out. I'm going to show you that in a second. And then on page 19, you have words. And so this is the other part of this week. It's called Christmas to Remember. And it comes with the seasonal labels dies that actually cut out these pieces. All right? So that's the entire suite. It's pages 16 through 19 in your mini catalog. Okay? Now let's look at the stamp case here. This is the Christmas to Remember. You've got lots of greetings and several different fonts. So I know, Jennifer, it's an awesome suite. It really is. I found that out. Now these are the seasonal labels, and let me just check because I get a little confused which stamp set goes with which bundle. All right, so hang tight. Okay, so with the Christmas to Remember stamp set, you actually get the Christmas pine cone dies, okay? So this is actually what comes with the words. Now, I have 3 magnet sheets tonight, and the reason I have 3 is because I couldn't fit everything on 2 magnet sheets. So these pine cones and the holly here actually go with the other die set, okay? But the Christmas to Remember comes with this piece, and these pine cones, okay? Now with the next stamp set, let's find that one. I have stuff everywhere. Christmas season. You actually get the seasonal labels, all right? Now, for my magnet sheets, I always put the name of the die set and the number of dies in the set, okay? So when I'm done, I can go back and count all these to make sure that I have them all right? So that's what goes with it, but now I'm gonna actually show you something else that's even gonna give you a visual and make more sense. So here's the Christmas pine cone dies, and this is what they look like when they have been cut out, all right? And with these particular bundles, I felt like we needed a visual. So if you want to take a few minutes, you can actually take a screenshot of this if you want. This is the background die, and then these are the actual pine needles. So I'm going to show you that. Here we go here. This is what it looks like, okay? So that's the one that goes with it. Here is the other piece that goes with it, all right? So here are the 2 pieces, and believe it or not, they can align on each other, okay? And so when you put the 2 together, look what happens. And I'll hold this close. We've got soft succulent in the background and the evening evergreen on top. So these 2 dies, the soft succulent background, the pine needles and evening evergreen, and when you flip it over, you get this. Isn't that pretty? So I just felt like we needed to see that. Also, you're going to notice with the pine cones, there's a solid pine cone and an intricate design. Then a solid pine cone, this one's bigger with an intricate design. So you get 2 smalls and then you get 1 bigger size. So when you put these together, you can look here. I've got the soft succulent in the background and the evening evergreen intricate piece on top. And then this is the bigger size pine cone, soft succulent in the background, and evening evergreen on top, okay? So I also did that so that you could see how it looks. And again, soft succulent, evening evergreen, okay? All right. So those are the dies that go with the Christmas pine cone dies. All right, now the next one, the stamp set is the words. No, it's this one. I'm sorry. I get confused. So here's the images, the stamped images. And when you use the seasonal labels dies, all right, I'll zoom in some more for you. This is what they look like. All right, so you may want a screenshot of this as well. All right, you're going to notice that I took the actual tags, this one, this smaller one, this one, and this one. And I actually, this is one of the designer papers in the suite, okay? So I actually cut out the labels using the designer paper, all right? And then I'm showing you what fits, which sentiments fit inside of the die cuts, okay? Hi, Mary, welcome. Okay, so two things I need to show you here, okay? Do you see these two little slots, okay? They look like lines. So when you take this slot, okay, and you put it here, and you run it through the Big Shot, you actually get a hole, a slot, all right, which is great for running ribbon through. You can use this on all of these labels, every single one of them, okay? Maybe not this one, because that's small, but you can use this on all of them. So that's an option. The other option you have, and by the way, you get two of the dies. Let me know if you have questions. Hopefully I am not throwing too much at you, too much information. Okay, so I want you to look at this label. Do you see this cut out? So here's the die, okay? And I just lay that on top, run it through the machine, and it makes that little slot, okay? So you get two different slots with this set, which is really kind of a bonus. Now, we all know that the little ones love to wiggle on us, especially if you're still using a magnetic platform. So I usually cut one at a time, and that's better, okay? So here are the two different slots that you can use. And then you're going to notice the greenery, just some really pretty greenery here. Here are the holly leaves. I am going to show you how to stamp the holly leaves tonight and some tips and tricks on that. Then I'm going to tell you about the holly berries. I'm going to show you, they may not be holly berries, they're another kind of berry. But anyway, I'm going to show you how to stamp and cut that one out. And here are the pine cones. That's two-step stamping. We won't get to that tonight, but we should next Wednesday night, okay? So these are the seasonal labels dies. And if you want, grab a screenshot of this one so that you know what they look like, all right? I know, I love the labels. They make really cute tags. Okay. I'm just going to move some things out of the way here. And I'm actually going to show you the designer paper next, okay? All right. So the designer paper is called Painted Christmas. And this is one of the pieces right here. Isn't this pretty? And then if you flip it over, you have this. Now this kind of looks like mistletoe maybe. Then we've got this piece right here. Isn't this pretty? And then if you flip it over, we have some more greenery. Yes, those seasonal labels are great for gift tags. Then we have this piece right here. And if you flip this over, here's that holly paper, which we're going to use tonight to stamp on. And it's what I use to stamp the labels on. Hi, Jean. Welcome from Florida. And here are the pine cones. This is the Painted Christmas Suite, the Painted Christmas Designer paper. All right, so lots of evergreens. You're going to see garden green, pear pizzazz, evening evergreen, real red, early espresso. Hopefully I'm not forgetting any of the colors. Look at those pretty pine cones. 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is like my favorite piece right here. I love this piece right here. And then if you flip this over, then this almost looks like ornaments on this side, or really big berries, okay? So those are the designer papers, and we're going to actually be using some of them this evening, all right? So now, oh, I have to show you 2 more things in the suite. These are the gold holly leaves. So hang tight as I try and open it. Now with your holly leaves, you are going to get, I believe, you know what, I might have to look, 15 large holly leaves and 15 small holly leaves. So that'll give you 30 holly leaves in the container. Now, if you participated in my embellishment share, you have 15 of these. You're gonna have 7 of one size and 8 of another size, okay? Hello, Sherry. We're so happy to have you no matter how long you can stay. So these are the gold holly leaves right here. And then the last piece to the suite is the cherry cobbler ribbon. It's 10 yards. It's got some gold trim on the edges. And again, it's 10 yards. And if you did my ribbon share, then you have 2.5 yards of this gorgeous stuff, okay? All right, so that is the cherry cobbler ribbon. All right, so now we'll get busy with our project tonight. And we're actually going to be using one of our craft note card boxes, all right? I'm gonna show you how to add this designer paper tonight and how to create this window. Super, super simple, all right? And we'll do that at the end, okay? So let's slide off. This is the evening evergreen ribbon, which is quite gorgeous with this suite. And if you did my in color share box in June, you've got 2.5 yards of this, all right? This stuff ties so beautifully. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. All right, so that's the evening evergreen. So let's open it up and we'll look at the tags together, okay? It does, Sue. It has beautiful items in it. It really does. Here's one of our tags that we're making this evening, right here. And you'll notice that the background cardstock is garden green. So we'll create 2 tags in the garden green. Ladies, someone's taken home this entire project tonight. So you want to make sure you comment, all right? And be here at the end when I give it away. Here's evening evergreen cardstock in the background. There's the pine cone. I'll show you how to put that together. This one also has evening evergreen right here. And this one has the real red cardstock underneath. Again, I've stamped on that designer paper. And here is the other one here. Okay, so some of these items I've already stamped and some aren't stamped. And I saved the ones that are a little bit more difficult to stamp or have an explanation for it. And so we'll do some cutting tonight. But hopefully we won't have too much to do, okay? Well, let's go ahead and start. We're gonna start with the real red ones, okay? And to start, we're gonna need our paper trimmer tonight, and we're gonna need 2 sheets of Whisper White cardstock, okay? I'm gonna show you how to cut your tags. And we are going to cut them at 6 inches. All right, so this is the 8.5 inch side of the cardstock, and I'm going to cut it at 6. All right. I know, me too, Sherry. I usually always forget to stamp on the DSP, but with this particular one, you can. So, all right. I know, it's such a lovely gift, isn't it? All right, so here I've cut it at 6 inches, okay? I'm gonna move back over to 3, and I'm gonna score at 3 inches, okay? And then I'm gonna rotate my cardstock to the 11 inch side, and I'm gonna cut at 3 inches. I'll cut again at 3 inches. These are the actual tag bases that I'm making right now, okay, so that you'll know how to make them. Go back on over to 3 one more time. Now, by doing this, I am getting 3 tags out of 1 sheet of cardstock, so that's important to know. I've got a little bit left. We may need that for stamping tonight. Again, this is the second sheet of basic white cardstock. I'm gonna cut it at 6 inches. I'm on the 8.5 inch side. Let me know if I'm going too fast. And then I'm gonna move back over to 3. I'm on the 6 inch side now, and I'm gonna score. Then I'm going to rotate the cardstock to 3 inches. And this is going to give me another tag, okay? And I'm going to get another tag. And I'm going to get a third tag. So now we have cut enough for 6 tags, okay? All right, so that is done. And we'll go ahead and bring one in, and we're gonna use a bone folder here. All right. And let's bring our card in so we know what we're doing. All right, hang tight. Let me grab what I need. Now, your cardstock and your designer paper measurement is exactly the same on all 6 tags, okay? So here are the tag measurements. Your designer paper needs to measure 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches, and that's for all 6 tags. Then you're going to need cardstock. We're using 2 of the Real Red, and we're cutting the cardstock at 2 5/8 by 2 5/8. Okay, so 2 Real Red, 2 Garden Green, and 2 Evening Evergreen. All right, and then we're going to use our Stampin' Seal, and we're just going to add adhesive. And we're going to center this. And you're going to have about 1/8 of an inch all the way around. Okay? Now we're going to add dimensionals because I love popping up these pieces onto a cardstock base. All right? It's just fun, and I love the way it looks. All right. And now we're going to go ahead. You know what? I used the wrong piece. So you know what we'll do? We're going to do this one. I'm sorry. I used the wrong one. All right. Now, with your tag, you can open it like this, or you can open it like this. And I've done 3 tags like this, and then I've created 3 tags that are going to open like this, okay? All right, I love this piece of paper. It is so, so pretty. Okay, so now that part is done. And like I said, I have cut some of the pieces And some of the pieces I haven't, because I learned a few things today using them. So I want to teach those to you as well. Now this I've already die cut. It's just one of the seasonal labels and it's got that holly design on it, okay? We're going to use real red ink. Here we go. And then we're gonna use Magic is in the Air, okay? And hopefully I'm gonna do a great job and do this straight, and I might move it a little bit or you might see my hair just so that I can, sorry about that. I gotta get in here and look at this thing and stamp. Ha, not too bad. All right, so there is the Magic in the Air. And then I want to teach you how to use or how to stamp this piece right here, okay? It has a branch as well as berries, okay? Hi, Dawn, welcome. All right, now we're gonna use early espresso ink for this one. And there's the branch. I'm just gonna set this aside, okay? So we don't get it all messed up with ink. What else do I need? I need scrap paper. So this is gonna be my scrap paper. I'm going to ink this in early espresso. Now, I'm gonna stamp two because if my die moves and I mess up, I've got another one that I can use, okay? All right. Sherry, you can catch me later on replay, okay? Hi, Becky. Welcome. Welcome from Kentucky. All right, now, ladies, here are the berries, and I'm inking them in real red. Hi, Doreen. And I am going to position these berries right on top of those stems, okay? Just like that. And when I do that, I can cut it out with one die. You can also cut out just the berries if you want, and you'll see that in one of the cards tonight too. All right, so that's done. And we do want to stamp one more thing. This was our scrap paper here. And we are going to stamp Pear Pizzazz. We're going to ink it in Pear Pizzazz, okay? All right. Everybody's got their friends joining. How fun is that? Thank you. All right. So this is not a solid image, all right? This is a distinctive stamp, which means that it's going to have areas that are not solid, and it makes it more realistic looking, okay? So I want you to be aware of that. And I think we're ready to cut out these pieces. I'm probably going to be using both of my machines tonight, but we're gonna start with the mini. And since we don't have a magnetic platform for the mini yet, I'm going to use a brand new clear plate so that everything stays in place. Doreen, we are on page 16, 17, 18, and 19 in the mini catalog, the Painted Christmas. All right, so we're cutting out a die. Our sandwich is number 1, and then a clear plate, which is number 2, the die, and an additional number 2. All right, so this is what I have so far. I'm going to lay this here, and I am going to place that right there. Now, you all know my technique. It's to hold your breath, right? So that's exactly what we're gonna do. And I might need to even these plates some. Did I move any? I moved, so hang tight. Let's do this again. All right, of course I can use some washi tape if I need to, but try and be quick about this. All right, I haven't heard anything about the magnetic plate for the machines yet, and I really hope it'll be soon. I think I'm gonna use washi because it's hard to get that little, and I moved it again, so let's try again. And let's move that. Okay, now I don't have to worry so much. I probably don't even have to hold my breath now, right? Okay, all right, let's even this up. Let me turn this. Okay, hang tight. I think I have my sandwiches right. Okay, hang on. I've got to do it this way. I'm sorry. Okay, here we go. All right, I'm sorry for shaking the table. All right, and so this one is done. That's the piece that we need. And I don't need that washi anymore. And then remember, we did stamp 2 of these just in case one slips. So here is the die for this one. It fits the berries as well as the branch. I'll put that there. All right. I have to turn it just so I can get the platform in. I am sorry. It's just very awkward for me with the smaller machine to put it in sideways. I don't know why. All right, and if this one did okay, I think we'll be done with this one. And it turned out just fine. Now let me show you the other die. This die right here will cut out just berries. Okay, so you have that option as well. Yes, Arlene, I cannot wait for the magnetic platform because it is going to make our lives a lot simpler, isn't it? It would definitely help us for sure. Okay, so I'm going to move this now. And then we can go ahead and assemble this card, providing I can still find everything. All right, so with the leaves, I'm going to use some multi-purpose glue, just a little bit. All right, put that back. We'll pick this up. Let's do this. Hi, Louise, welcome. All right, we're going to pick this up. We're going to be putting this branch about right here, okay? So right there, you know I've lost the words. I have lost the words. Where did I put them? Anybody see them on the platform? Oh, for goodness sakes, what did I do with them? I put them in a safe place so that I would be able to find them. And now I don't know where they are. I wish I had a tip on the warping, Doreen. I do not. I think you can Google and find that some people will put them in the oven for a few minutes to kind of flatten them out. I've never done that. At that point, I usually just replace it. Ladies, I've lost. Oh, here they are. They're right here. This is what I'm looking for. The words. All right. We're going to go ahead and we're going to put some minis here. So, thank you, Aunt Ethel. I couldn't find it. I could not see it for the life of me. So, thank you so much. Oh, you all see how much I need you. I need you all to pay attention. All right, 2 more dimensionals there, okay? So these would be great note cards as well as great gift cards. All right, so that's done. And then we're gonna add some of the red rhinestone basic jewels. This is in our annual catalog, all right? So love these. And let's go ahead, I'm gonna put one right there, okay? I'm just kind of putting them on the ends. All right, and now our very first card is done, and you could even use a little Wink of Stella if you want. Thank you, Anita. I'm so glad you like it. I'll just put some Wink of Stella on the the berries. And by doing that, they even look like that they are watercolored a little bit. Okay? All right, so there's that one. And the next one, another card base. And this one is a pretty simple one. We're going to add the designer paper to the Real Red cardstock. Okay, and you all know the measurements. I gave you those at the beginning, and it's for all 6 tags. Okay, and we're going to pop that up, and I know you are shocked, just shocked about that. I love dimensionals. They're so fun. So the card Doreen is a 3" by 6". Okay, and then the Real Red cardstock is measuring 2 5/8 by 2 5/8, and the designer paper is measuring 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. Okay, so all of those measurements are at the very beginning of tonight's broadcast. So when I'm done this evening, in case y'all miss anything, you can go back and look at that broadcast and get those measurements, okay? All right, so we're gonna stamp again, and this time we're gonna use Friends Like You Make the Season Special. And I think my garden green ink's gonna be a little light. I actually need to re-ink it. Oh, and let me show you which die this one is, all right? I could use some more ink on that. So this die right here is from Layering Circles. And I think I might be this one. Nope. I think it's this one. So this is the die right here, okay? And so the die itself, the diameter is measuring about 2 1/8 of an inch. All right, so that you'll know which die this is, okay? Oh, you're so welcome, Irma, for the card. Absolutely, I love sending happy mail, so I'm glad you enjoyed your card. We are giving away the entire tags tonight, all 6 of them with the box. Who is going to be the lucky winner? All right, you might want to be present for that one. You don't have to be present, but I think you'll want to be present for that. All right, now we're going to dig out some of their gold leaves, okay? And I like to put these on with glue dots. And so I'm going to take one of the large gold leaves, and I'm going to add that glue dot right there to that paper. And I don't think it matters. I don't think they have a top and a bottom, okay? All right, so there's my holly right there. And then I am going to add another glue dot because they're quick. And then I'm just going to tuck it right there under that circle, okay? And then I'm going to go back and add some of those lovely red rhinestones. Okay, and I'm adding 3. That's an odd number. And so now the second card is done. Okay? I hope you win too, Carol. I wish I had enough for everybody to win one. All right, so there's another tag for ya. I know, Louise, you must have the leaves. They're amazing. Thank you, Janet. I'm so glad you like them. All right, so now we're going to create 'Tis the Season, and I'm going to give you some tips on doing these holly leaves because they can be a bit tricky, okay? So let's see here. Let's start with this. All right. And we're going to add this again about 1/8 of an inch all the way around. We're going to add dimensionals. as we get ready to create another tag. I don't know if this happens to y'all, but every once in a while I'll peel a dimensional off and the paper comes with it. And then I've got to go back and peel off that piece of paper. So it's a little tricky. I'll show you if it happens again. I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, so back to our base. Now it's stuck to my placemat. And this time we'll let our tag open this way. It honestly does not matter. Hang on. Let me flip that over. Okay, I think I got it. All right, now let me show you a trick with your holly leaves, all right? So, oh my gosh, Carol. Carol, that's such a great question. How do you determine whether to use dry adhesive, liquid adhesive, or glue dots? You know, Carol, it just depends on what it is. I mean, I certainly could have used Tombow glue for those gold leaves. So honestly, it depends on your preference. It depends on your mood, whatever it is, you know, whatever is easiest for you, okay? So this is the holly, these are the holly leaves, okay? So it's on one stamp as well as the veins for the holly leaves. These are those little lines that go inside the holly leaf, okay? So it's on one stamp, and we just have to stamp it once, okay, and not separately. So I have found with the Pear Pizzazz, and of course it's going to depend on the amount of ink you have in your ink pad. I'm going to lightly stamp off, and then I'm going to stamp. All right, so that's Pear Pizzazz. Then I'm going to take, you wouldn't believe the stuff on this table. I know I say that every Wednesday. So this is Garden Green, and now I have inked the veins of the leaves, okay? And so you want to be sure you get right in there, okay, right down the middle. All right, and so that's your holly leaves. Now, when you go to cut them out, let me show you what happens. And we might cut these out. We'll see. I already have a set cut out. This is what you're lining up, all right? You cut it, and when it comes out, you have two separate holly leaves, all right? Isn't that cool? All right, so that's the holly. Now the berries, I've already showed you the die that just cuts the berries. And now we are going to take a piece of basic white, and we're actually gonna stamp this one and cut it out. And we're gonna stamp it on basic white, all right? All right. Sue says that she likes to use glue dots on anything foil like the leaves, and I think they stick better. And glue dots are fast too. They're really, really fast. All right, I'm going to actually stamp two of these just in case my die slips. Okay. All right. And I'll show you the die we're going to use for this. Let's move this out of the way. I'm going to put it in my tray. I'm going to bring back this little mini guy. And the die I'm going to use is this one. And I will use washi for this. All right. And so we want to get this centered. Let's see, and I might have to do it like this, okay, so I can get it just right. So let's see. Okay, so I've done that, and I need one more cutting plate. And so now I've lost that. So hang tight. Here it is. All right. Okay. Whew. Like I said, this is really hard for me. I'm actually cranking sideways and it's not in front of me, so it's making it really tough. Okay. I'm sorry about that. Move this out of the way. All right. I'll bring this one in. I can just save this one for next time. I'm going to gently pull up that washi tape so I don't tear the paper. I'm going to put my die back so that I don't lose it. And now we can put our card together. Okay? So again, we're going to pop this up. This would make like a super nice hostess gift. Like if you were going to a Christmas party, wouldn't this be awesome? All right, so I've added the 'Tis the Season, and now I'm going to add the holly leaves. Okay, so see how these come out? They're cut separately. You just roll them through once. I'm using a glue dot here just to kind of stick these two together. And then I'm going to pop them up. And that's probably good enough. Two will do it. All right. And I'll put that about right there. Okay, so there's the holly. The holly. Now I'm going to add some gold holly, all right? I'm like really loving these things. And did I tell you I'm giving some away tonight? So you want to be present so that you can win the gold holly leaves tonight, okay? Here is another holly leaf. And again, used a glue dot. It's quick, it works. You could use Tombow glue if you wanted. And then the berries. So when the berries are stamped and they come out, they look like this. You could easily cut one of these berries off if you wanted. Oh, thank you, Ruth. You are so welcome. Thank you for joining us tonight. I appreciate that. I just put some glue dots behind the holly, okay? And I am going to cut off that one berry. I can use that on another card. And then see those two glue dots there? I don't know if you can see that or not, but I'm going to put that about right there. Okay, and then we're going to go back and we're going to add some gems. I'm so glad I have these. I just ordered one pack and I'm just loving them. I'm so glad I got them. All right, so there's our third tag. I know the gold leaves do a lot for it, don't they? It's really surprising how much they do for it, for sure. Okay, so now we're going to work on this card. Let's get a card base. I'll let you look at that one. I can't remember if we're cutting anything out on this one or not. All right, thank you, Jean. I'm so glad you liked the tag. Thank you so much. Thanks, everyone. All right. So let's get our designer paper. Now we're moving to garden green cardstock once again. Whoops, got that stuck. Gracious. All right. And again, about 1/8 of an inch all the way around here. There we go. We'll pop that up. All right. Hey, Martha, welcome. Good to have you. Martha is my team leader. So happy to have her watching tonight. Thank you. I'm just peeling off the dimensionals. And this time, let's let our tag go this way. It does not matter. It's your own personal preference, okay? All right. So we have that done. Now we're going to need some basic white cardstock, and this should work just fine. We're going to use the garden green ink. And this time we are going to ink in Love and Joy Come to You, and may it last the whole year through. Okay. And I'm just going to stamp this in the center, just like that. And now guess what? I'm going to fussy cut. I know I'm not going to use a die. I am just going to cut this out, and I'm going to cut around the words. That's all I'm going to do. So, all right. And I may go back and trim up a little bit of it. I know, I love this card size because it's so fun to make, and you know, it's not intimidating. Sometimes a standard card size can be very intimidating. All right, I think we got it, so I'm going to add dimensionals to this. Put one up there. I like fussy cutting too, Tina, and a lot of people don't. So I think we're rare. Okay, I'm going to add our words about right there, okay? And they are popped up. And then I'm going to show you something. I'm not going to demonstrate it. But what I'm going to show you, let me show you this die. Remember this die right here? These are all the pine needles. So I actually cut one out in garden green, okay? And let's see if I can figure out. I've been cutting this up, so. Okay, no, that's not it either. Is it here? I don't know where it is. But anyway, this was one full piece, just like this die. And so what I've been doing is today, I've just been trimming it, okay, so that I can have some greenery on my cards. All right, and I think I'm going to cut it again. So you can cut just one sheet and then use it for a variety of projects. All right, now next week, I'm going to show you how to cut that, and I've got some tips for you. Okay, so I'm actually going to put a glue dot on this, just one, and then I'm just going to tuck this down inside. Okay, so I've got that little bit of greenery there. And let's see, that might be the wrong package. Hang on 1 minute, garden green. See if I had any more of that. I am looking for my little pieces and parts that I have been cutting today. Let's see, well, let's do this. I'm going to go ahead and use a piece of this, and if I need a piece later, then we can also cut one. We'll stamp and cut one. All right, so I'm using this piece as well. Okay, see this piece? And I wish I knew all the different names for all of these pieces and all of this greenery. I just don't know. All right, so I'm going to put that about, I think there is good. Okay, so I've got my pine needles. I've got that little bit of greenery there. And then I'm going to take some berries. And I am going to layer them as well. And you could definitely, I might want you to come out a little bit. Okay. All right. And you could even put some Wink Stella on these berries. I might do that. So I know some people love fussy cutting and some don't. You know, I'm happy to sit in front of the TV and fussy cut. I know that's kind of weird, but it doesn't bother me. I kind of like that. So the light green one is mistletoe. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you so much. I need all the help I can get. All right. So there, oh, we got to add our rhinestones because they are so fun to add. All right, so the putty came off on that one. The putty from the Take Your Pick tool. There we go. I might put a third on here. There we go. I think that looks better. Oh, on this one, I had put a rhinestone up there on the greenery. All right, so that's another tag. Okay, get rid of some of that trash. And we're gonna move on to the next two tags now, okay? If you look at this one, I'm using the garden green pine needles again, as well as the berries, and they happen to be on a branch, okay? So let's find those. Gotta find my card bases. All right. And we're going to add, see, some of the pieces I had cut earlier today, and then some are not cut, so. Okay, see what that is. All right, so I am looking for my Evening Evergreen cardstock, which is right here. All right. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. Yeah, they are the perfect size. They really are. Perfect size greenery. They're great for tags, for note cards, anything like that. Absolutely. All right, let's see if I can find my dimensionals. That's my little ones. So let's see. I don't know why I'm kind of misplacing everything tonight. I guess if you could see my table, you would know why. Because I have products all over. All right. So there's my dimensional for this one. And let me know if you all have any questions. Again, next week, we are going to be, check that out. Different card. I'm going to go ahead and put this on when we're going to focus on that other card, okay? We'll just put that away for a minute because I'm going to teach you some fun stuff with that pine cone. So, hang tight. Here we go. I didn't even notice that I had a different designer paper. Not that it matters, because it doesn't. You can use any of the designer paper. All right. I'm so happy that we're using Evening Evergreen in our Christmas projects this year. It's so fun. And more dimensionals. All right. Carol just asked me, how many packages of dimensionals do you use each month? Carol, that is such a great question. Too many. And you know, it's funny because I was just thinking I'm preparing for my daughter's wedding and making quite a few things for it. And you would not believe the amount of dimensionals I have gone through. It has been crazy. I mean, I just can't keep them in stock right now. So, and I'll be showing y'all those projects soon. So don't worry. All right, so here is a scallop circle again. Now this is the same size that we used on the last card, all right? Yay, Gail! Gail's like, I don't want to go to work tomorrow, I want to stay home. Gail, do you have this suite, or is it on your list? I cannot remember, you have to tell me. All right, we're gonna use May This Be a Christmas to Remember. And we're going to stamp it right in this circle. And you guessed it, ladies, we're gonna pop this one up too. Why not? Why not? Okay, so see, when I pulled the dimensional off, the paper came with it. So I kind of have to peel off that layer too. I don't know why they're doing that. May just be the pack that it is. All right. I'm gonna center this, okay? Right there in the center. Oh, that's a good idea, Tina. Tina orders a package of dimensionals every time she places an order. What a brilliant idea. Okay, let's go back to my pine needles. Okay, I've got a little bit left, and this is from that one sheet, okay? Exactly, exactly, too funny. Okay, so how are we gonna do this? Let's cut off this stem. All right, and I'm gonna cut that off, okay? And then I am going, I'm gonna take a glue dot and I'm gonna put it right there, okay? Come on, pull that off. And then I'm gonna put this pine needle down here, all right? And I just tucked it right under there. All right, so we've got one pine needle done. Let's see if we can get another one out of this sheet. I know we can. This is just from one. Next week, I'm gonna show you how to use your adhesive sheets and how to cut this die so that you get a great cut, and then how to pull all those little pieces away, okay? So I don't want you to miss that technique because it's coming. All right, so there's my greenery, and this is what's left. So I've used quite a bit today of this one sheet of greenery that I cut. All right, now let me get back to my little pieces and parts. I actually have one of those already cut. So when I cut things, I'll sometimes cut extra and then I put them in a bag, and I just put the bag with the stamp case. And that way I've got little pieces and parts in case I change my mind on anything. Okay, I'm using the minis, and we're gonna pop up this holly too, all right? Oh, good, Carol, I'm glad. Yeah, the die cutting is actually pretty tricky for cutting out that large sheet of the pine needles. Oh, good. Oh, the adhesive sheets, Anita, you're going to love them. Actually, we're going to use one in a few minutes on the last card, so you'll see how the adhesive sheets work, okay? Hi, Laura. Never too late, Laura. We're happy to have you. All right, let's bring in my rhinestones, and we'll put one there. What do y'all think of the red rhinestones? Do you like them? I mean, there are lots of choices in the book that we could have used. All right. Okay, one more card. And if you remember, we already did the base of that. So now let's go ahead and do the words. All right, and I'm going to show you how to cut that pine cone and use adhesive sheets, okay? Because I want you to know how to do that. All right, so have a holly jolly Christmas. We're going to use real red ink. So this set has tons of nice words in it, tons of Christmas words. We're going to center this, okay? And the reason the die cutting is already done is instead of you watching me cut every single little piece, because it's just a basic cut, okay? It's nothing fancy. And that way you don't have to watch me crank the machine all night. And then I can get to other tips and things. All right. And then we'll add this right to here, okay? And this is what I'm gonna show you. we're going to use soft suede and early espresso, okay? So let me just go on and cut that off. And I'm just gonna, I think this will be enough soft suede, I think. If it's not, I will grab another piece, but I think it'll work. So let me get the pine cones. We're going to use one of these and one of these. And this is from the Christmas pine cone die set, okay? Yeah, I don't know what the font is called. I have no idea. I mean, I always like to know those things. Okay. These are our adhesive sheets. They come in a package of 12 and they're 6 inches by 12 inches, okay? And what I like about them is, and I'm going to show you, actually I can show you the sheet that I've already cut on. Okay, so this is one of the sheets. Do you see these panels? These are in 2-inch strips, okay? So you need to be aware of that. And then this is just scrap, okay? This is just some of the scrap adhesive. I'm gonna peel it off, and when I peel it off, I know which side is sticky because it sticks to my finger, all right? So that's the sticky side, and I'm going to attach it to the early espresso cardstock. Then I am going to put the pine cone on top. So when I cut it out, look what's gonna happen. I'm gonna have adhesive on the back of the pine cone, okay? So that's one of them. Now let's see if this will work. It will work. All right, I'm just gonna trim the paper down some, okay? All right, if you look at this, I have some adhesive here, but not over here. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take a little scrap piece of adhesive. I'm gonna add it. And I like to use, these are my old rubber scissors that I used when Stampin' Up! Had rubber mount stamps that you actually had to cut out yourself. So I saved these scissors for that because when you use your paper snips with the adhesive sheets, they're gonna get sticky, okay? So instead of my paper snips getting sticky, my other scissors are getting sticky, okay? And of course you can clean your scissor blades. All right, so here's the adhesive, and then this is gonna go right on top, okay? And it's gonna work, all right? So those two need to get cut. Then I have this piece, and I might need to stamp another piece if I don't have one cut. So let me see what I have here. I'm just looking in my little bag of tricks, right? Okay, so we're gonna stamp one of those, and we're going to use, I'm gonna use that and pair of pizzazz, all right? And then you're gonna see the magic of the adhesive sheets, all right. Don't need that. I'm just cleaning up my mess here so things aren't too much of a mess before I bring the machine over. Okay, so we need the die for this one. And so that's going to be the die for that. And I think that's the only other one that I need to cut out. So let's put some washi on this one so it doesn't move, okay? We're not gonna have to do this with the pine cone, but we do need to do it with this piece. All right, I'm just gonna line that up as best I can. Put a little tape there. Bring in my platform. Okay, this one is great for using with a video because it's small. You can really see what I'm doing. Notice that my plates are not even, and sometimes that does work better with the machine, okay? We've always been taught to make your sandwich as even as possible, but they are saying with the plates and all that it's okay to stagger them just a little bit. Okay, so just be aware of that. All right, and now the last thing we're gonna do is, and we'll do this together, this is gonna be my solid pine cone. And then this one is going to be the intricate one, and it is early espresso. All right, there we go. Now with these, especially this die right here, it's super intricate. And so I'm gonna roll it through again. All right, again, I'm rolling sideways, which is really awkward. And I'm gonna roll through one more time. Probably don't need to do that, but remember, this is an adhesive sheet under that cardstock, so it's a little bit thicker. All right. We're gonna look and make sure everything is cut out, which it is. And then there's the solid tree as well. And this, even though there isn't any adhesive there, it's okay. It's going to work, all right? Okay. So, let's see. Let's bring in this little tool. I'm doing this just to pop it out of the die. All right, so there's my pine cone. And then the intricate one, I'm gonna pop that out too. And then I have all these little pieces of paper. Let me see if I can't just pop those out before I put it back on the magnet sheet. Did I get it? Okay. It's better to clean them now than have to get out the die set and then it's like, oh no, I have to clean it. So I'm trying to get out that little piece. Okay, got it. All right, so I'm going to finish poking out some of these little holes. Okay. So spend some time. And sometimes when you go to peel off the adhesive sheet, it's going to come off anyway. All right, so I'm ready to peel this off. All right, so I peeled off the paper, which is now going to make this pine cone very sticky. And I'm going to really zoom in for this, okay? All right, we ready? I am going to just line up this pine cone. Okay, just like that. All right. There we go. And we have our pine cone and we use the adhesive sheet to do that. Isn't that awesome? All right. Super easy to do. So we'll bring this back in and we are going to pop up the pine cone on that outer edge. Oh, and you know what? I didn't even need, well, you know what? I'm going to use it anyway. I was going to say I didn't need the adhesive, but we're going to use both. So hang tight. Let's try this again. I know the pine cone is so pretty. Just peeling off the adhesive. So hang on. Let's see. There we go. And I am going to put a dimensional there because I know my pine cone is going to land right in that corner. Oh, thanks, Mary Kay. I'm so glad. Isn't this awesome, Anita? Now you know how to use the adhesive sheets, and it works that way for everything. All right, so it's super cool. A glue dot for this because it's fast. And I'll put one more. This is going to lie flat. And I'm going to put it about right there. Okay. So we're getting to the end there. Use a white velvet sheet to make the snow image. Oh, that would be lovely. That would be lovely. And I wonder how Winka Stella would work with that as well. Here's one of our branches in Garden Green. I'm actually going to trim some of this. I know we're not going to need it all. So I'm going to get rid of the bottom part. And I'm going to pop this one up. So hang tight. Hang tight. And we're going to stuff that in there just like that. Let's add some leaves. So gold leaves right here. Put one there. You can use either size. Tonight I've been using the large ones. Okay. All right. And now we'll get out our red little berries. Let's see. Yep, I think I'll put one on each end. That end I can't really do, so hang on. We're going to do something different. How about that? On this one, I had put the berry there right on the gold leaves. Okay, so you have either option. Yes, Wink Stella looks amazing on everything. Absolutely, absolutely. All right, are you all ready to find out how to create your box? All right, we're going to do that next. All right, have a beautiful little cover on our box. All righty, so let me find my boxes. Aircraft boxes are located in the mini. And if somebody wants to look to see where it's located, I want to say it's towards the front of the book maybe, I think. Okay, so these are the craft gift boxes, and it's item number 156, 569, and 10 come in a package. Thank you. Thanks, ladies. I'm so glad you like the tags. I am so glad you like them. Now, what's nice about our craft box is it already comes with adhesive on it. All right, how awesome is that? So these white pieces are adhesive. So let's see. The first thing I want to do is, and I can't remember, did I cut the paper? I'm trying to remember if I cut the paper for the top of the box. Let's see. Let me find that real quick. All right, I don't see that. So what we're going to do is, and I know I cut it, but we're going to measure the top of the box for cutting, okay? Thank you, Jennifer. Page 11 of the mini, you'll find the craft boxes, $10 for 10 boxes. So it's $1 a box, and they make beautiful note card boxes. All right, so I'm going to measure, this is the top of the box, everyone, and I'm going to measure from this score line to this score line, and it says 6.5 inches. So I know that my paper has to be 6.5 inches long, and right there makes 6.5, okay? All right, so that's the first part. I know I cut this. I'm gonna find it when we're done. Now let's measure this way, and this measures 4 5/8, okay? Right there. And so I'm going to cut it at 4 5/8. All right. And this right here is going to fit on top of the box. Okay. Now the top, I know it's the top because of this window right here. Okay. We're going to have to cut a window on this designer paper. Okay. And so we're going to use the largest die, the largest seasonal die, and we're going to run that through the machine, and this time I need our big machine. So I will zoom all the way out and unfold this. The reason we need our big machine is because of the width of this piece of paper. It will not go through the mini, okay? Now, as far as where the die goes, I'm going to eye it, okay, instead of measuring. So I'm just gonna look and just kind of guess where I think the middle is. And I think that's gonna work just fine. And then I'm gonna roll it through. All right, wow, that was so smooth. All right, and now what's happened is I've got my hole for that window. And then I have this left over that can be used on a card or something else. Okay. All right. I'm gonna need that, and I'm gonna move this. Okay, so now we're ready to apply this to the top of the box, and that's where we're gonna put it, and then you can see the window through it, all right? Now, gosh, you can use Stampin' Seal on this. You could use Tombow liquid glue. It's really up to you. You could use our Stampin' Seal Plus if you want. I'm just gonna use a little glue. I've actually been using this a lot lately for one of the projects for the wedding. So I've been running out of this stuff too. All right, but not too much because you don't want that glue on the window sheet. All right, so we're gonna flip it over, okay? And we're gonna put it within these score lines. Just like this, okay? All right, okay, and that's what you do with that. And then I like to take a few minutes, and I like to be sure that I fold all of my score lines, okay? So look at this, all right? I'm gonna fold all of these. We're getting close to the end, so I want y'all to hang in there with me so we can give away some gold leaf embellishments tonight, okay? I haven't done that in quite a while. All right, so now it's time to put our box together, and this is actually the bottom part of the box, and you just peel off this paper. That's all you do. And you bring that up, and you put the little corner together, okay? Now, bring that up, and you can put that little corner together, okay? And we're gonna do it again. Sometimes I can't get the paper off. Come on. You know what I need? I take your pick tool. That'll get it up. All right. And now we'll do this one. And bring that side up. And then this side. Okay. All right, we have one more place to do that, and that's right here. And this is the top. We're gonna add our tags before we close it. Okay, so you see how easy that is? All right, now let's add our tags that we created tonight, okay? Now also, these can serve as a card. So you could add our 3x3 envelopes, put those inside, and not only do you have tags, but you could have little note cards. So it can be used either way. And then we'll put that there. We're using them as tags tonight, but you could add the envelopes, and then you would have little note cards and envelopes. All right. All right, let's add some ribbon. This is the evening evergreen. We're going to tie this up. All right, and this stuff is so easy to tie. Love it. Maybe it's easy to tie. We'll see here. Okay. And there we go. I'll make this tail a little bit shorter.